Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name's Chris, and tonight I checked out this newish movie, came out last month, called Bearry, directed by Alexander T. Wong, I believe is how you pronounce that, starring one Felissa Rose and Sarah French. Also, Vernon Wells makes a few appearances in this thing. Some names that, when I hear them, kind of make me a little weary, because when you're trying to get a low-budget movie made, they recommend you put a named actor in it because it'll help the movie sell. It's something that will attract investors, and Felissa Rose is one of those names that appears a lot in low-budget schlocky movies because she's somewhat of a name from, obviously, the Sleepaway Camp movie. But not necessarily the best actress, I'll say that. So Bearry is about this woman named Chloe, played by Sarah French, who is abruptly divorced from her husband during an opening sequence. And Felissa Rose, her best friend, gets her this giant teddy bear to try and cheer her up. And then the teddy bear kind of falls in love with Chloe and becomes a murderer, and hijinks ensue. On the premise, this movie sounds kind of silly, kind of fun in a way. In execution, not so much. This is some really, really low effort, very amateurish kind of filmmaking going on here. Lots of long master shots with not interesting angles and not enough coverage to cut around footage to make it interesting. There's like really long shots in this movie, and not to be creative and like frame things nicely, just because it's quick and dirty and they have actors walk in and walk out during the same shot. And it's bad filmmaking because they're not really concerned with what it looks like. They're just kind of concerned with getting the scene done and not actually doing it well. When you have more shots, you can cut around performances. You can kind of shape the scene how you want it. It gives you a lot more freedom to make something out of the scene. And when you're just one long shot and people walk in and out of frame, it's sloppy, it's cheap, it's kind of bad. But even beyond that, I was unsure from the opening of this movie whether or not it's supposed to be funny or if it's just bad or what is going on. And by the end, I think they were going for humor. None of it landed for me though. There's some racist stuff in here, lots of misogynistic crap, and none of it's funny. It's just kind of cringy. So that didn't work for me either. The horror elements are extremely bad as well. Everything and every kill sequence is just highlighted with stock CGI blood effects and a whole bunch of other stock effects I've seen a million times over. No real practical effects, no real interesting kill sequences. Not a lot of good going on here. I will say that. That's what this movie's filled with, is not good stuff. There's very little lighting going on here. A lot of times it's just natural lighting. Sometimes they do some lighting. They have a few different sets. They go to this restaurant, which is always empty and weird and awkward, and the sound is bad and everything. I'm trying to find something here. If I could find something positive about this movie. I did mention Felissa Rose and Sarah Foster and Vernon Wells. All the actors in this movie, for the most part, aren't that bad for what they're working with, and they really do try. So I'll give them credit. I never really thought of Felissa Rose as a decent actress, but I didn't think she was that bad. She kind of played a good, fun character in this that she did well. It's unfortunate that the movie isn't good, but I could see her, you know, excelling in a much better movie in a similar type of role. I did it. I said something good. Lots of the editing is poor too. There's just weird stock music choices that don't fit at all and go on for so long. Montage sequences that feel like they're filler and are kind of silly, but I'm not sure if they're supposed to be silly or what. I don't know why I watched this movie though, so yes. I have very little positive things to say about Bearry. The cover artwork implies that it's more horror than it is. I would say it's more comedy by the end of it, and it's not a good comedy and it's not a good horror and it's just not a good movie. So I don't know, maybe I'm just cynical and it just rubbed me the wrong way, but let me know if you've seen Bearry and what you thought of it, and then leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, so it helps out the channel, and I'll catch you here next time, guys. Goodbye.